Yo, what's up? Today I'm going to show you guys the best ways to actually get good at the game, and most importantly how to see real improvement in your own skill. And trust me, I can vouch. If you watch this video all the way through, I guarantee that you will learn something. Your skill level will go from this to this. If you follow along, your skills will be top notch for the season. If you learn all of these skills that I'm about to share, you will dominate. And to be honest, this is the perfect time to improve. There's a whole new season out right now and a bunch of new things for us all to adapt to. Recently, I've been constantly improving and I haven't seen any signs of me slowing down. And I've just so happened to put everything I've been doing in this video. I ain't no hater. I want everybody to get good. I feel like everyone deserves a chance to get better. And one thing about me, I'm not afraid of competition. I don't care if you are better than me. Eventually, if I keep putting in more work, I will be better. And that's the exact same mindset you guys should have too. Who cares about who's better than you right now? Anyone can surpass anyone. I don't care who they are. But without any further ado, let's get to it! Okay, to start things off, I'm going to show you some mechanics that you should learn and get used to doing. Okay, so first up, we got map resets. Something that's needed if you don't want to trade with someone after shooting them. This one trick will shorten the time that you use to look at the wall to reset it. I wasn't doing this at first and nobody ever told me wrong, so I never knew. And ever since I've learned this, I've been taking less damage. So yeah, I can guarantee you that it works. And the trick to getting this down is to have a good reset button. You see, I play controller and I used to reset with R1, but this caused a lot of problems. And I'm going to show you why. Okay, so I don't know what I said earlier, but my reset button used to be L1. And I'm going to change it back to show you exactly what I mean by it like causing problems, like I said earlier. Okay, now let's say I wanted to reset this wall, right? When I try to reset, I would end up tapping R1 in the middle of me trying to reset. And do you see how that's causing me to mess up? That's because my reset button is a build button. You want to make sure your reset button isn't like anything else. You want to make sure it's only your reset and nothing else. Or at least it's not a build button, because if it is, it's just going to mess you up. And that's exactly why I changed my reset button to L3. Every now and then when I try to reset, I end up swapping through my guns. I don't want to swap through my guns when I'm trying to edit. Like if I end up missing the edit and I'm still trying to reset, I'm just going to change to my next gun. You see that? That's what you don't want to do. And once again, that's why L3 is the perfect button for me. And my finger is always on it, just like my finger is always on my edit button because I play claw. So basically max potential for edits, you know? And like I was saying in my last video, you want to make sure you have reset builder choice on, because let me show you what would happen if it's off. Let's say I was trying to edit on somebody and then I put a ramp, right? And now let me try to reset my wall. You see? Like it doesn't reset. And that's because it saves the last thing you put in your hand. You see how when I pull up my map, the previous thing I had in my hand is still in my hand? But if I had reset builder choice on, you see? It resets the wall by default. Okay, now this trick will work in mainly most situations, especially like if you're in a situation like this and you're at the wall, but you're trying to reset it and you can't see it. You see how that just, you know, it works so conveniently. But like, let's say there was a ramp right there. And you see how I can still grab it even though there's a build in the way? That's because it automatically selects the wall. And real quick, if you do end up messing up your reset, I want you to realize if you're too close to your wall, you're going to look past it. Look at this. You see how I'm looking past? I can't reset that. I'm trying and I can't reset it. But if I walk back, you see? Okay, now let's say somebody was like under me, like right here, and I wanted to reset my wall, right? I can't reset it. I can reset the floor, but I can't reset that wall. Even if I look up, I just can't. That's because the wall is too far away. Always make sure you're at a proper distance, because if you're not, you won't be able to reset it. You can do this while above cones. You just have to look up high enough. If you look low like this, right? Look. You see? I'm grabbing the wrong thing now. Also, you want to make sure you know how to tap your buttons in order. You tap switch mode, tap edit, you tap reset. If you break that order or that pattern, you will mess up every single time. And no, you don't have to have your reset button like mine. You can make yours touchpad if you want to. Touchpad is actually really very OP, I'm not gonna lie to you. Once again, if you watched my previous video, I talked about diagonal boxing, or diagonal box fighting, I mean. And basically, this is the main thing you need to know to do it. In order for me to use this technique, I need to know how to reset this wall fast. And let's say I'm on this wall, right? Or I pickaxed it, or I'm right here and I'm shooting and spraying, and they made an edit on me, you know, a quick little peanut butter or whatever. What do I do in this situation? I can't look over here and reset. By then, they would have been and got a, like, you know, a quick little shot off on me, you know? Make sure that when you're doing this, you're at least looking up at a good distance, or you're just all the way back. Next up, we have ramp flips. This is what you would use when you get stuck in a box and someone is pressuring you. This happens to most people, and I know for a fact it does because it happens to me, and I seen people get stuck in a situation when I would do it to them. So, like, you know, it's a real thing. Alright, so you may not think it's, like, you know, really necessary, but I believe it is, because let's say, you know, somebody's facing you, right? Like, they're in this box right there in front, and they're about to come through, right? And they end up breaking it, or like they end up getting in somehow, right? So now they're breaking through everything. They broke through your wall, your ramp. You reset this wall, they break that easily, right? Boom. What do you have now? What if they have their pickaxe out? Or like, what if, let's say they don't even have their pickaxe out and they're just sitting here, you know, just staring at you, waiting, right? If you're good at editing your ramp, you can get nice little peeks off, you know? Instead of you just holding your ramp and doing like this, you could literally, you know, move around, fluctuate. Or like, let's say you're in a box and, you know, same situation, they end up spraying through the wall and the ramp, right? And now you reset your wall and you're trying to like get out the box, right? What do? You got a ramp on your feet, you're stuck. What do? Most people would just give up, but what you can do is look behind you, flick forward, boom, new opening already. Now let's say they broke the wall, right? Look, automatically flip this, you can go over here, go out that way, do a quick little, you know, whole new area. You see how that can save you? And also, let's say they do meet you on the other side, right? As you're trying to like get out. That's why we know the map reset thing. If you know what phantom shooting is, basically it's what you do when you have an empty space, like, you know, an empty space where there could be a wall, but it's not. And then you shoot somebody and then you build that wall. But let's say there was already a wall there. What do? You do cone grabs. Okay, now basically if you have this setup right here with the wall and the cone, and you already, you know, phantom shot, got some damage off, what do? In this situation, you want to edit your cone. You shoot, edit cone, shoot, edit cone. Use your cone as the build. Of course, they can take it and they can break it and replace it and put a, you know, their cone down, a ramp or whatever they want to do. But you want to always be holding your ramp button. That way they can't take it. Like, let's say you did like that, boom, and they were breaking it, right? And now it's their cone. Let's say you were literally holding ramp like that. So if they did break it, you would have a ramp. But let's say there was like a wall already right here and it was already edited, like, I don't know, like it was a peanut butter or something. You got your cone right here. Once you shoot, you see? That's another way you can cover yourself up. And I'm only telling you this because I know for a fact it'll help you take less damage. I use practice maps to practice basically everything. Anything that you can't learn in a Raiders map, you can learn in game, like ring for instance, or realistics, or box fights. 1v1s do help, you know, but it's not as realistic because you have unlimited match, therefore you become careless. But if you play it long enough, you'll understand most people's play styles. And when you're in these practice maps, the main goal you should have is reps. Reps, reps, reps. Repetition. Do everything and all the moves that you usually would do or that you know you're gonna use in game, in creative. Just do it over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over. You're gonna build muscle memory and you're gonna get it down. And the best way to make it as realistic as possible is just to cut down your audio, go full speed, play for real, act like you're fighting a real person, actually try. I know sometimes we can get nonchalant and get careless because we know it's not real, it's a bot. But once you face a real person, you're going to be doing it differently from when you're going against a bot. You're going to be trying to do it faster, or you're going to be rushing yourself, and then you're going to end up messing up. But if you practice rushing yourself all the time, it's going to be second nature. Okay, now let's talk about reps and form. I'm pretty sure you understand reps, but you may not understand formation. But now I'm going to break that down because that is the most important thing in this whole entire video. Okay, now I'm going to pick like one of these random ones to explain to you and show you exactly what I mean by like why you need to have good form when you're practicing. Okay, now let's say I was rushing at this bot, right? Just any type of way, you know, you see how sloppy that is? Let's say I've been doing that and practicing like that the whole time. What you want to do is get down to good practice formation. And let me show you what I mean by that. When I put down this wall, I'm going to edit from this tile right here all the way to this tile. Then I'm going to put a ramp. Then I'm going to look down, edit that way, look up. On this one, I'm going to look from this one in the middle, right in the middle. And I'm going to go all the way right here, put a ramp, flick forward, and shoot. Let's say the whole time I'm in here practicing, I'm doing it the exact same way the whole entire time. I'm not changing it. I'm not going this way when I edit or that way when I edit. I'm doing it the same way every time. And that way I'm going to get my practice in doing it specifically one certain way and that way only. And then when it's time for me to do it in game, I'm going to do it the exact same way. That way I can't mess up because I've been practicing it that way the whole entire time. I didn't change my edit pattern. I didn't change my build pattern. Everything is the exact same way, all the way down to me even ending off my edits correctly. Okay, now I'm going to talk about inconsistent practicing. You're not going to get good free building all day. I had to learn this the hard way, I'm not going to lie. I don't free build as much. I mainly just practice correctly. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. When you're free building, you just build and edit a bunch of random stuff. Whatever comes your way, you just edit it. It don't matter what it is. Basically, if you messed up doing what you were trying to do, you would just turn around and start something different. That's not good practice. Okay, now let's say you've been doing that for like a whole hour straight. You've basically done nothing that whole entire time. You feel me? You didn't learn nothing. You just practiced an inconsistent play style. What you should practice is stuff like this. And what you want to do is practice these things for more than 1 minute, like 2 to 3 minutes straight. And since you've practiced these things for more than 1 minute, they became easier to do because you spend more time on it. And then when you approach the same situation in game or whatever you're playing, you'll have more experience in it. Okay, so now it's time for the facts. The hard truth is you haven't been in enough situations. You need to play the game more. You need to get into that situation more than one time against real people. Just like earlier with the build fights when you can understand different people's play style and understand different play types, you can do that same thing if you get in enough games to play against real people. And the only reason I say get into pubs and rank is because when you get into creative, everything in creative is basically predictable. You've been in that situation so many times over and over and over and over again. So many times. Over and over and over again. You play creative all the time, you play realistics all the time. You've been in that situation so many times that it's like, you know what's gonna happen. Or if something doesn't go your way, you still got a backup plan because you've been in that situation before. You got like secondary, plan A, plan B, It's like you have enough experience in it to know what to do next. But in rank, most of the time when you die or lose or fight people, you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know nothing at all. You just playing the game, and that's why you die. But the key to actually getting it down is to seek out every single flaw you have. And the best way to do this is to watch your replays. If you lose a situation that you don't know, or if you lose a situation you don't understand, and you don't know what happened or how you died, or you just feel like you should have won, or anything in general, if you die, watch how you died, see how you died. Like if you watch a lot of pros or whatever, like Peterbot or Reet or Cooper or whoever you watch, Muzz, anybody, if you watch any of those players, think about what they would have did in that situation and apply it to yourself. Be like, okay, when he rushed my wall on this side, I looked stupid. I wasn't building, I didn't move. think and apply that every single time, because when you're playing a game, you don't pay attention to that. You just die and load up into a new game. Same thing, die, new game, die, new game. You keep dying, and to be honest, most of the time you die to the same stuff. But if you take your time to find out why you died in that certain situation, it won't happen again. So yeah, seek out your flaws. But anyways, that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This was kind of a quick video, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was okay, I feel like, but I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all, apply everything I said to yourselves. Can't speak. Yeah. Y'all know what I mean. But yeah, peace out. Love all y'all. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Whenever you see this, have a good day. I'm just talking. I'm running my mouth. Peace out. Bye.